If you live in the United States, you have surely heard lately about the current president's attempt to remove Section 230, from trying to insist the removal is part of a military spending bill, to claiming the removal is needed for national security and election integrity. But what is Section 230? What does it really say? And most importantly, what does it do? That is what we are going to cover today. I'm Stan Clear, and welcome to Weathering the Front News. So the first question is, what is Section 230? It is part of the U.S. Code Title 47. This code defines the roles and structure of the Federal Communications Commission. It covers things from telegraphs to broadband services. But what is Section 230 specifically? Section 230 reads as follows. No provider or user of an interactive computer service shall be treated as the publisher or speaker of any information provided by another information content provider. Well, that's a whole lot of legalese, but I think we can simplify it. It literally says that platforms such as Facebook and Twitter cannot be treated as the publisher or speaker of what someone else posts on their platform. So if someone posts a libelous tweet, Twitter cannot be sued for that libel. And that doesn't even touch the protections for restricting access to certain material. Think of it in this purely hypothetical situation. Let's say I get on Twitter and post that Philip DeFranco often goes out to the desert and has sex with donkeys. This... the absurdity of it. This is untrue and could open me up to legal actions based on that claim. Now, Phil could sue me for damages to his reputation and career based on this post, but there wouldn't be any money in it for him, as any damages that he sues for, I simply do not have. Under Section 230, Twitter cannot be sued for these same damages. If Section 230 was removed, then he could sue Twitter for the damages, which he would likely do since Twitter undeniably has more money than myself. In a more realistic example, when on September 6th, 2014, Donald J. tweeted for hackers to hack Obama's college records to see what was listed under Obama's place of birth. This is a call for illegal actions, and if such a hack took place, could have been held responsible for the hacker's actions. Because of Section 230, Twitter would not be involved. This obviously has nothing to do with a military spending bill, despite what our current president claims. This is a legal matter, as it provides legal protection. It does not have anything to do with national security or even the integrity of our electoral system. It only deals with whether a platform can be held responsible for the content posted by users of that platform. A lot of people have pointed out that without Section 230, platforms such as Twitter and Facebook would ban from their services. This is undoubtedly true. He makes wild, unsupported claims that are potentially legally actionable. But he's not really worried about that, as there are platforms being created specifically for his posts. These new platforms do not care about the truth of the post, just the popularity for specific audiences. What he does care about is the money. It was a major campaign topic for that he wanted to ease the ability for someone to sue for libel and slander. People were saying a lot of mean things about him, but as he would need to prove an attempt to harm him financially in order to get money under the current libel laws, it meant that he wouldn't be getting paid for the mean posts. Even if the libel and slander laws were relaxed, the posters generally didn't have a lot of money, with a few exceptions. So how is he supposed to cash in on being a target of mean and nasty tweets and Facebook posts? The answer is simple. remove the protection from the providers of the sites. If some random person tweets that he is the worst president of all time, and he can prove that hurt his reputation, it doesn't do any good if that person doesn't have money. However, Twitter is a very profitable company and has money that he would very much like to add to his personal bank account. By removing Section 230, he would be able to sue Twitter for any tweet that he viewed as harmful, and that he could prove caused damage to his finances or reputation. In the end, is looking out for his future. He knows that people will continue to make mean, nasty comments on social media, and he wants to make sure that every time he is referenced, he could profit from it. He has always been more than happy to file lawsuits, even when the likelihood of them succeeding is slim at best. If there is a way to give him a bigger, more wealthy target, he would be a fool not to try it. This is one of the biggest dangers of his presidency, making self-serving changes that make life harder for everyone else. What do you think? Is the president right to remove legal protections from platforms for posts that they did not make themselves? Should someone be able to sue Twitter or Facebook for the posts of the users? Or is this unreasonable and a danger to platforms that are there to give the common person an outlet and a place to connect with others? I would love to know your opinion, so please leave a comment down below. And while you're there, don't forget to prod the subscribe button so that you can stay tuned for more from Ollamh Productions.